Good evening and welcome to Dateline. I'm Stone Phillips. It's a crime long hidden from public view that Dateline has helped bring out into the open: the sexual exploitation of children on the internet.
And I'm Ann Curry. Thank you for joining us. This week, the issue took on an even higher profile with calls for new laws, vivid testimony, and the arrest of a federal official. It's a story Chris Hansen has been covering for some time now, and he's on the story for us again tonight.
A spokesman for the Homeland Security Department has been arrested and accused.
To most Americans, it was upsetting news. The Deputy Press Secretary for the Department of Homeland Security, 55-year-old Brian Doyle, was arrested after authorities said he used his computer to strike up a sexually explicit conversation with a detective posing as a 14-year-old girl.
He sent her 16 movie clips of pornography. During those 16 movie clips, as he would download them for her, then he would describe to her or ask her if she would engage in that kind of sexual conduct with him. We have interviewed Brian Doyle. He has confessed.
But unfortunately, the reality of a prominent citizen caught using the internet to prey on underage kids was nothing new to us.
You what? Criminal investigator?
After all, just a few months ago, Dateline watched as another Homeland Security employee showed up at this house thinking he was going to meet a 13-year-old girl for a sexual encounter.
My father was a police officer. I was a police officer. I worked for the Department of Homeland Security.
Where are you?
For Dateline, it all began more than a year ago when we exposed the national scandal of online sexual predators.
Hey, how are you? Pretty good.
What are you doing here?
Getting my ass kicked.
After that broadcast, some people in Washington, D.C. took notice.
Over the course of a 3-day sting operation in Riverside, California, Dateline was able to nab 50 internet child sex predators.
Senate Majority Leader Bill Frist.
Senator, when did this issue hit critical mass for you?
This didn't really hit, to be honest, until I saw To Catch a Predator on the NBC Dateline. And all of a sudden I started seeing these faces themselves, and I started relating it back to the fact that I'm a parent, that I've got 3 children. They've come up in this internet age.
What we found in our undercover investigation, which was done in cooperation with the watchdog group Perverted Justice, was astonishing. Just how often men were willing, even eager, to show up at a house where they thought they were meeting a young teen for sex.
Hello, Ryan.
I need you to just arrest me and take me to jail and execute me.
I need to talk to you first.
Because you know what? I didn't bring anything. I didn't want to do anything.
Well, why did you come here, though? Help me to understand.
Because I'm a sick son of a.
Now it seems Dateline's original series may have hit a major nerve and exposed a previously hidden epidemic. Stories about online sexual predators are exploding in newspaper headlines, on the internet, on cable news channels, and this week on Capitol Hill.
I'm here to speak about a danger facing this nation's children.
19-year-old Justin Berry told a congressional committee about his journey into this sordid world when at 13 he acquired a web camera as part of a deal with an internet service provider.
I speak from experience. For 5 years, beginning when I was 13 years old, I operated a pornographic website featuring images of myself loaded onto the internet by webcams.
And the predators were watching. Justin, whose story was first reported in the New York Times, said he had no shortage of grown men asking and then paying him to perform sexual acts in front of his webcam.
My experience is not as isolated as you may hope. This is not the story of a few bad kids whose parents paid no attention. There are hundreds of kids in the United States alone who are right now wrapped up in this horror. Within each of your congressional districts, I guarantee there are children who've used their webcams to appear naked online, and I guarantee you there are also children in your district on the internet right now being contacted and seduced by online sexual predators.
Even though he may have seemed a willing participant, experts say he was the victim of manipulative adults willing to exploit children over the internet.
My thoughts seem foolish, but at 13, I believe these people were my friends. They were kind, they complimented me, they wanted to know about my day, and they were endlessly patient in listening to me.
The scope of the problem is very big.
Donna Rice Hughes is CEO of an organization called Enough is Enough. She's on a mission to make the internet safer for children.
What the internet has done with respect to the pedophile community is that it's provided a virtual community whereby predators and pedophiles can congregate online, and they virtually validate each other and their behaviors and their fantasies.
She's been warning about the dangers for years. Dateline first spoke with her 11 years ago. Then the concern was child pornography.
Today, there's 516 pictures of child pornography posted just in this particular area.
But now she says the problem has grown with the internet giving predators accessibility, affordability, and the anonymity to feed their criminal acts.
Now these kids are just putting all of this information online and pictures of themselves and sharing their stories and their deepest secrets, and it's just so easy for the predator.
Each time you hear that, that's another person writing back to Brett.
And people are taking it seriously. All over the country, experts are holding safety seminars for parents, like this one held earlier this week in Columbus, Ohio.
That means he's inviting us into his webcam.
And local police departments are conducting stings of their own.
It's time for all of us to wake up.
But what about the federal government?
I believe a lot can be done that it simply is not being done today.
Now, Senator Frist has taken on the issue.
We need to educate parents. We need to make sure that they give appropriate oversight for their kids. We need to educate kids today.
He's pushing for new legislation, calling for more severe sentences for offenders and the first ever national database to track them.
It's amazing we don't have a national registry out there today. If there's somebody in Tennessee and you're in Texas, you're not going to be able to search today in a registry that is national, searchable by zip code.
While no one believes the threat of online predators is cause for panic, Frist believes it must be taken seriously.
Where does this rank, in your opinion, in terms of dangers to our children?
Well, it's high. And it's high in part because of the tremendous growth of the internet. Great power to it, which is fantastic, but on the other side, the other side is the destructive aspect, and that opportunity is growing each and every day.
Later on Dateline, an undercover detective shows us just how easy it can be to get personal and potentially dangerous information from teens online.
You'll meet some young girls who were chatting with a kid named Matt on MySpace.com. He knew all about them. What did they really know about him?
Oh, God. Do you have a badge?
I do. Matt is actually Detective Frank Denny.
What if he had been an online predator?
Earlier in our broadcast, you saw how law enforcement and Dateline have been able to flush out online sexual predators. It's an alarming problem. You've probably told your kids to be careful. But just when you think the message has gotten through, technology makes it tougher. That's certainly the case with MySpace.com. It's like a virtual trip to the mall where kids can talk to kids online. But the point of MySpace is to share information, and that could make some kids easy targets for predators. Here's Rob Stafford.
He says his name is Matt. It's not. He says he's new to town. He's not. He says he's 19. Not even close. But that's how he portrays himself to the kids befriending him online on the social networking site MySpace.com. Would your child let a stranger into his or her online world?
Oh my God.
This mother never dreamed her daughter would.
That's scary.
The fictitious cyber teen known as Matt was created as an experiment, and his instant popularity revealed to one small town just how vulnerable its children are. When MySpace was launched in 2003, it functioned mostly as a forum for musicians, a speed-of-light way for bands to spread the word about their music. Bands like the new group Quiet Drive, which has gotten more than 500,000 downloads on MySpace before even releasing its first single.
It's made all the difference in what we do. It's helped us promote for virtually free.
Not surprisingly, MySpace caught on like wildfire with kids. Even the pop culture figures they love use the site to reach fans.
There are lots of other social networking sites, but MySpace is the giant among them, boasting more than 60 million users. It attracted media mogul Rupert Murdoch's eye. Last summer, he bought the site for $580 million. At its best, MySpace is a place where users keep in touch with friends and express their creativity by designing personalized profiles. It's almost replaced the telephone for after-school gossiping.
It's just a fun way for friends to talk. There's like music and stuff on there that I listen to on a daily basis. To me, it is sort of like my life.
Come on, girls, take that. But MySpace also has a hidden danger. Police say predators troll the site, and others like it, looking for vulnerable children, sometimes very young ones. Even though the site's rules require users to be at least 14, on MySpace it's easy to pretend. Even preteens are making profiles and can be among the targets.
An online relationship between a South Plains teenager and a
investigators, the suspect sexually assaulted her in his car. The child reportedly met the 30-year-old suspect on MySpace.com.
This website is a sexual predator's dream, a parent's worst nightmare.
Connecticut Attorney General Richard Blumenthal says he's been inundated by calls from schools and parents angry about the site. But there is one community in his state that's been hit hardest: Middletown, Connecticut. Earlier this year, 7 teenage girls there contacted police in the course of just 5 weeks, saying they were sexually assaulted by men they met through MySpace.
If they're on MySpace, are they sharing information that they should not be? That could be a potential gold mine for a predator.
The police and several local schools have made a huge push to try to educate residents. They put on internet safety seminars and workshops that teach parents how to navigate MySpace.
So if any town would have its guard up, you'd think it'd be Middletown. But that's not what a local police officer found when he decided to test how cautious teenagers around here were. Dateline was invited to see firsthand how the experiment would unfold.
Okay, here he is.
This is 19-year-old Matt. Like many MySpace users, he used an anime cartoon character instead of a photograph. Matt's a baseball fan. He plays pool and loves his iPod.
I'm checking on you.
Matt is really Detective Frank Danahy. He began contacting Middletown teens through their MySpace profiles, writing that he was new to the community and asking them to add him to something called their friend list.
It quickly became apparent that I could get all kinds of friends. It was just that easy. Within less than a 2-week period, I have over 100 friends online.
More than 100 friends.
And that's not even being aggressive. If I had some devious intents, I think I could have hundreds of friends in that period of time.
Here's how MySpace works. Anybody can create a profile, and anybody with a computer can visit that page. Users under 16 have their profile set to private by MySpace.com as a way of blocking instant access. If you, the visitor, want more information, you can ask to be accepted as a friend. Once you're a friend, nothing is private. And accumulating friends on MySpace is a badge of honor, and Matt made lots of them, getting easy access to many private pages.
You're getting the phone numbers, addresses,
Real names,
real
dates of birth,
where they go to school,
what grade they're in,
after-school activities.
Anything you'd want to know. If I was a parent, I don't think I could hire a private investigator to get me more information than these kids are giving out on their internet pages.
Some of Matt's new online pals asked him a few questions before accepting him as a friend. But about half let him in, no questions asked. Many got into online chats with him. And it didn't take long for one girl to post one of the most dangerous responses that could be made to a stranger online. It's a parent's dreaded scenario. And some of the moms of Matt's new friends are about to get a sobering look at what their kids are putting on their profiles.
I mean, I'm shaking. My heart, I feel like I'm gonna, I don't know. I just feel sick to my stomach. Really sick to my stomach.
Still to come, a chilling experience for 3 mothers when they get a look at their daughters' lives online.
That's scary. I had no idea that that was there.
Something every parent should know when Dateline continues.
Returning to our story, we've met Matt, the 19-year-old cyber kid who's really Detective Frank Danahy. He's shown us how easy it's been to glean personal information from young teens who've joined MySpace.com. Well, now 3 mothers are in for a heart-stopping revelation. Here's Rob Stafford.
This is your daughter's friend, who they think is 19-year-old Matt. These 3 moms are about to see for the first time how their daughters have interacted online with the so-called new kid in town.
My girls stand in a circle and clap.
Luckily for the mothers of Amber, Rochelle, and Brittany, new guy Matt is really a police officer conducting an experiment. Amber's mom was the first to peer into her daughter's MySpace profile. What did you find out about Amber?
Let's look at her page.
15-year-old Amber has a private page, but Detective Danahy says after she asked just a couple of questions about where he lived and went to school, she allowed him onto her profile. Once he was on, he quite easily found a lengthy survey Amber had completed. In it, reams of personal information, such as her favorite TV show, actor, the music she listens to, even her favorite hobby. These likes and dislikes may sound harmless, but according to Danahy, they're just the kind of details a predator collects to try to forge a bond with a child.
As you can see, 377 questions. It's, we'll go on and on down this whole page with every possible thing that you'd want to know about a teen.
Did you have any idea that Amber was putting that kind of information?
No, not at all. I knew she was on MySpace, but I didn't know anything like this. I don't believe it.
How hard do you think it would be for someone to find your daughter?
Not hard at all.
If I was a predator, and I've worked with talking to those guys online and knowing what they do, this is the kind of information somebody could pull up in front of your house and ring your doorbell.
Do you think she understands the potential danger of this?
No. No, very naive.
Is that your daughter?
Yeah.
Now it was Rochelle's mom's turn. Her first surprise? That her daughter still had a profile on MySpace.
We had a conversation with her last year and told her she needed to delete her profile, watched her delete her profile. She obviously put another one up.
She's tenacious.
She is. She's a very bright child.
Who has some explaining to do?
Yeah, definitely.
At first glance, 15-year-old Rochelle's page looked fairly safe. She said she was from Germany and did not include her last name. But that didn't stop one of her friends, in this case Amber, from using Rochelle's full name in a message posted on her site.
Is that your last name?
Yeah.
So now you have a picture
Yep.
and a name to match to that.
Again, it may sound like a small thing, but according to Danahy, a photo and a full name are the basic essentials in a predator's toolkit. And there was something worse. When Detective Danahy's online alter ego asked to be allowed onto Rochelle's private page, she let him on without asking a thing. Once on, he could see her friends are from Middletown, raising doubts about her living in Germany. And what's really frightening, like Rochelle's other 250 friends, he now got her bulletins. Messages MySpace users create that go to all of their friends. And one set off an alarm for Danahy.
We're going to walk to
Yeah.
Taco Bell and KFC.
Rochelle sent what she likely thought was an innocent note to her friends about a walk they were going to take to Taco Bell and KFC.
If I'm sitting home at my computer and I now get this bulletin, I know it's in real time, and I guess if I want to get in my car and had an indication maybe where you live, I could kind of intercept them.
Very easy.
Odds are that information isn't going to fall into the wrong hands. But now that she's seen her daughter's profile, Rochelle's mom understands how dangerous this could be.
Who else is she talking to, and who else is she doing this with? I'm putting these notes out there that I'm sure not even thinking about the fact that somebody could just take advantage of that.
Finally, Brittany's mom. And she has to confront something very disturbing about her daughter's online life.
As you can see, I have quite a few messages from teens.
Of the 3 girls, 16-year-old Brittany interacted online the most with Detective Danahy's fake persona.
And he showed her mom a comment he found deeply troubling.
If you read that line, that would be...
We shouldn't, oh my God. That's scary. I had no idea that that was there.
What does it say?
She wants to meet with him. Oh my God. And we talked about it, and she told me she's on private. She's told me that, you know, we've talked about there's no information on there. She would never, ever meet anybody, ever.
I think
But she trusted you enough to meet with you. And I feel I'm a protective mother because I really know where she is pretty much all the time. I mean, I'm shaking. My heart, I feel like I'm gonna, I don't know. I'm scared. I'm really scared.
I just feel sick to my stomach. Really sick to my stomach. Because, you know, you talk to your kids and you trust them, but you can't trust anyone else.
No. And I'm sure I could reenact this same experiment, probably any town, anywhere in America, and get the same results.
Definitely.
And this is the most precious thing in my life, and I feel like it could just be ripped right out of my hands in the blink of an eye. And I wouldn't have even known it was going on.
Just as their meeting was breaking up, Detective Donna, he noticed he was receiving a new message online. And now Brittany's mother found herself in the unique position of looking over Matt's shoulder as he conversed with her 16-year-old daughter.
Did you know Brittany was online right now?
No, she should be in bed.
And what does she read? A good night message she can't believe her daughter wrote.
I'll talk to you later. Hugs.
Hugs. And remember, that's directed at a guy Brittany's never met, which makes it especially upsetting to her mom.
To see this happening live right in front of her.
It's scary, actually. It's really scary.
It was an alarming evening for the mothers. But just wait until their daughters get the wake-up call the next morning.
Coming up, for teens who think they're invincible, a lesson in how quickly they can put themselves at risk.
I don't remember ever saying, I'm going to meet up with you.
You did?
Facing the facts and the dangers about MySpace.com when Dateline continues.
Turns out one of the big problems with MySpace.com is that many kids really do see it as their space. They believe they're safe, especially when they think they're being careful about revealing important personal information. As you're about to see, Rochelle, Brittany, and Amber are in for a big surprise. Once again, here's Rob Stafford.
They love to take photos of themselves. Predators just must go out of their mind for the fact that they have these sites where they can get all this information.
Detective Frank Danahy is about to introduce himself to 3 unsuspecting teenagers, Brittany, Rochelle, and Amber. They're the girls who struck up a cyber friendship with his fake persona, Matt. And their moms are all in favor of the face-to-face meeting.
I hope I hope it's a wake-up call.
Yeah, they need a scare, I think.
But first, we asked Amber, known online as Ambercita, Brittany, a.k.a. Pretty Girl with a Knife, and Rochelle how well they thought they were protecting themselves.
Do you take precautions to protect yourself from predators?
Yeah.
What do you do to be safe?
You don't put your full name out there, where you live. I don't add people I don't know. I don't, talk to people I don't know.
So you're careful.
Yeah.
So do you post personal information?
There's no way I would.
Name, address, phone number?
I say my name's Amber, but that's all I say.
Brittany?
If people talk to me that I don't know, then I just don't talk to them.
You would know if someone was trying to con their way into your life?
Yeah, I know.
There's a guy in town named Matt who has a MySpace page.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know about him?
Does he have a cartoon for a picture?
I think so.
And he's a college student?
Tell me about him. What do you know about him?
I went to his MySpace and I saw that a lot of people that I know had him as a friend, so I just added him and I was just okay. And
now it was time for a big surprise for the 3 teens.
Would you like to meet Matt? He's out in the hallway.
Hello.
Hey, Brittany.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Hey, Rochelle.
Hi.
Hey, Amber.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Matt.
What do you think?
You have a badge. Oh, God. You have a badge.
Matt is actually Detective Frank Danahy. Surprised?
Really? Never would have thought.
No idea?
No idea.
Did you believe Matt was really 19?
I actually believed it. It's just when he walked in, I was just kind of It's true, you can be deceived easily, but...
The girls were willing to admit that much, but were quick to say they hadn't revealed anything to this stranger.
You don't think you gave him any private information?
No, I don't believe I did.
But what did you find out about Amber?
Her real name, your birthday. You have a 377 question survey in your page, which if I really was a predator, that would be just the kind of information that could maybe years ago take me months talking to you to get that kind of information.
Did you realize you'd given up that much information to someone you didn't know?
No, I actually didn't really. But that was my first survey that I've ever done before. And, like, it looked cool.
What did you find out about Rochelle?
Rochelle sends a lot of bulletins.
They're fun.
Remember the bulletin Rochelle posted that showed the time she wrote it and spelled out where she and her buddies were headed? We reminded Rochelle about that.
On the bulletin, you said exactly where you were going to go with your friends.
And with
Taco Bell.
Oh,
it was our conversation.
How hard would it be to find you?
Not that hard.
Plus, your whole full name is on your page, so.
Where's my full name?
What's in, well,
You
know
left me a comment.
Yes, I unfortunately got her name through your comment.
Oh.
So knowing that you're from Middletown, Connecticut, and knowing your full name,
That's true.
if you're in the phone book, I could probably basically go and ring your doorbell.
And finally, Brittany, the girl who offered an online hug and who said she wanted to meet up with Matt.
I don't remember, like, ever saying, I'm going to meet up with you. I don't remember saying that. I really don't.
You did?
I did?
One of our conversations early on, you said we should meet sometime.
I don't even remember that. I really don't. I really thought you were, like, one of my, because, like, Amber and Rochelle said a lot of our friends were on there, so I was just like, yeah.
Do you think you would have met him?
I wouldn't go by myself. I'm not that dumb.
Did you get to the point where you thought your space was really your space and only you and your friends were looking at it?
In a way, yeah. I thought it was pretty safe, but I'm going to double check myself now. Don't feel as confident.
I mean, millions of people do a ton more than you guys do. They put name, addresses, phone numbers, pictures, provocative pictures. You guys did not do that, but he had just a little bit and he got more.
Experiments like Detective Danahy's and safety meetings like the one we attended in Middletown are alerting parents that it's their responsibility to be more vigilant.
Is that your son?
That's my son.
And how old is he?
11.
And you're supposed to be at least 14.
Correct.
How do you feel about that?
Angry. I will be speaking with him when I get home.
But how much responsibility should fall on the MySpace company itself? Connecticut Attorney General Richard Blumenthal says a lot. In February, he met with MySpace executives.
I hope and I believe that MySpace will do better. It must do better, or we will enforce the law to require that they do better. My hope is that they will recognize their responsibility and provide a model for other social networking sites.
3 weeks ago, Blumenthal sent MySpace a letter requesting changes, such as providing free software for parents that would block MySpace, banning users under the age of 16, and hiring independent monitors to report potential illegal activity on the site.
MySpace declined our repeated requests for an on-camera interview, but told us in an email that it's deeply committed to providing a safe and secure environment for its users and has initiatives to protect them. A third of its staff, about 90 people, is dedicated to monitoring the site's 63 million profiles for pornography and underage users. MySpace also says it's deleted more than 250,000 underage profiles.
And late Friday, MySpace told Dateline they've appointed a former federal prosecutor to oversee privacy, safety, and law enforcement outreach. Whatever social network your child uses, there are easy steps you can take to reduce risks. Monitor your child's profile regularly. Keep photos and personal details off. Put your child's computer in an open area. As for the moms whose 3 daughters were unwitting subjects in Detective Danahy's experiment, they say there are no more online secrets in their homes.
I didn't even have to ask her. She went right to her MySpace, changed the whole thing.
I actually sat with her and had her go through each person that's her friend on MySpace and tell me who they were, so that if she didn't know their name, they came off the friends list.
Their girls say they're grateful for their unexpected lesson in online dangers. They've even joined Detective Danahy's internet safety presentations.
Just make sure you check their MySpace every day.
So it turns out that for Rochelle, Amber, and Brittany, the person they thought was 19-year-old Matt really is a friend.
You can learn more about online safety by taking a quiz on our website. You can also submit your own questions to Detective Danahy. Just log on to our website at dateline.msnbc.com.